phone. So, heads up. Hold on, I'll let y'all come back in here. But at least I can share some foreclosure numbers with y'all. People will start coming in here shortly. I know people will start. There we go. Y'all are back. Okay, so the only thing is I'm on the phone. Heads up, everybody. We back. Only thing is, you guys, let me give everybody the heads up right now. I'm on the phone. When I'm on the computer, I can safeguard all of the, you got to be a subscriber to comment. Y'all know when I'm on the phone, the crazies come in here and start commenting. So y'all just get ready for that. Just get ready for the crazies. Hey, Isabel. Get ready for the crazies to start commenting. So y'all just ignore them. I'll try to block them when I can. When I'm on the phone, I can't do the little controls to see who can comment and who can't. So y'all know the crazies bring their ass in here. So anyway, we back. This should be a stronger connection too for some reason. So y'all can hear me loud and clear. Hold on, let's do a real quick intro for people who are watching part 2. This is part 2 if you're watching the replay. This is part 2. I don't have any kind of controls on the comments, so just, it is what it is, you guys. So, welcome back. This is part 2. If you're watching the replay, this is part 2, so go watch the first part. We were doing good, and then the Wi-Fi started acting crazy. It's probably because I started talking about the builder, Bob the Builder. So, you guys, I was just reading y'all's comments. We are back. So, y'all heard what I said. So, be mindful of when you do build a new house that the first year you are not taxed on that property. You're not taxed on the structure. You're just taxed on the land. And then the next year they're going to tax you on that property that was built. So your payment is going to go up. Okay? Everybody understand that. So don't be surprised. A lot of times they'll let you like keep it in escrow and all that kind of stuff. So don't be surprised. And if your agent does not tell you that, I'm telling you that. I was going to pull up because I know we were going to talk foreclosure numbers. So I can look at my screen. Hold on, let's try something. Lord, don't let it disconnect, Jesus. Ooh, can y'all see the screen? We might be back in business. Let's talk foreclosure numbers. Would y'all rather look at me or y'all rather look at the screen? When it's a house, we'll put it on the screen. But when it's not, y'all can look at me. Okay? Deal. So let's go over foreclosure activities, right? For the first half of the year. So everybody follow along with me, class. I can't drop anything in the chat because it's the phone. So if I call your city or your state out, you just raise your hand. You just say here. Say, Ashley, this is where I live. And we'll know that you're there. So let's talk foreclosure numbers. We're going to talk all 3 phases of foreclosure. That's foreclosure starts. That's the first phase. We'll talk, what's the second phase? We'll talk starts, overall highest foreclosure rates, and REOs. Top cities, states for all of those. Deal? Okay, so if I call your name, raise your hand. And if you're feeling special, you can say present. You know, the special kids used to be like present instead of here. So here we go. Hold on, I'll just turn it around so we can all read. Here we go. So let's see. Released since August 2025 foreclosure market report. I can see y'all's comments since I'm at the screen right here. There are a total of 35,697 properties with foreclosure filings. Remember, there's 3 phases of foreclosures: default notices, scheduled auctions, or bank repossessions. Let's keep going. Here we go. So states with the worst foreclosure rates were Nevada. Oh, Nevada. Hold up, y'all. Nevada. They told me it is not Nevada. It is Nevada. Okay. So Nevada. Hold on. I'll turn it back around. Okay. Nevada South Carolina, Florida. Is that all they got? Nevada, South Carolina, and Florida. We'll go look at the other states on the other article. Cities: Lakeland, Florida, Columbia, South Carolina, Chico, California, Cleveland, Ohio, and Ocala, Florida. Is it Ocala? Ocala. Ocala, Florida. Let me clean my screen up so y'all ain't thinking it's your eyesight. It's because my screen is dirty. That's what it's because of. This is August. They are numbers. So September numbers will be out next week. This article usually comes out the 11th or the 12th of the month. So we'll get September numbers next. Well, the 11th and 12th is a Saturday, Sunday. So maybe the week after we'll get those. Cities, we also have, this is overall highest besides Cleveland: Las Vegas, Nevada, Jacksonville, Florida, Houston, Texas, and Orlando, Florida. See, Florida, y'all on the list. Okay, let's talk about lenders started. These are brand new foreclosures, right? People who just got behind and they filed that notice. The lenders filed the notice. Lenders started the foreclosure process on 24,254 properties in August. States that had the greatest number of foreclosure starts in August was Texas with 2,000. Sorry, I'm trying to do the highlight and talk to y'all. Here we go. Texas had 2,982 foreclosure starts. Florida, 2,803. California had 2,558. New York had 1,207 new foreclosures, and Illinois had 1,170 foreclosure starts. Y'all with me? Look, y'all raising hands. I see y'all talking about here. Thank you, everybody. Look, thank you for your class participation. Thank you, you guys. Okay, cities with greater than 1 million people that had the greatest number of foreclosure starts. Let me know if you see yourself in the screen. New York City. New York City. Y'all know I have to do it every time for that Facebook County sauce commercial. With 1,431 foreclosure starts. Houston, Texas had 1,178 starts. Chicago, Illinois had 1,009 foreclosure starts. Los Angeles, California had 862, and Miami, Florida had 748 new foreclosures. Miami, everybody can't pay that more. So let's talk about the third and final phase of foreclosure. That is REO properties. I'm renting down the street from the house actress Esther Roll. Grew up in Pomp. Oh, look at you, Brenda. Come on, Brenda. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome, everybody. I see y'all coming in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so REO properties. These are properties that go up for auction and do not sell, right? When your auction mama can't sell them, or Avriel can't sell them because they just bought them in the last 3 years. You know what I mean? And they owe their whole loan. So lenders repossessed 4,077 U.S. properties through completed foreclosure in August, an increase of 5% from, what's the month before August? July, and an increase of 41% from last year this time. Up 41%, right? States that had the greatest number of REOs in August included Texas with 476, California had 343, New York had 319, Florida had 276, and Illinois had 232 REOs. Let's talk about cities, shall we, family? Cities that had the greatest number of REOs: Chicago, Illinois had 159, New York City had 137, Houston, Texas is on every single list on foreclosure starts, REOs, and overall foreclosure rates. Houston, Texas is on all of them. Houston, Texas had 109, San Antonio, Texas had 96, and Dallas, baby, all 3 Texas cities on the REO list. Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas, all on top cities REO list. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, Minnesota. That's what I'm going to call you. Can someone who knows answer me? Owner owed $80,000. Someone ultimately paid. Let me turn around. Clearly, we got a friend in need. Let's help him. Everybody read his. Owner owed $80,000. Someone ultimately paid $200,000 at auction. there's a 6-month redemption period. If I buy the house from the owner for $150,000, what happens to the $200,000 someone paid at the auction? If the person already bought the property at auction, you can't go directly to the owner and buy it for $150,000. But he's saying, Clark, you saw the little, he put, it's a redemption period on it. So the redemption period means that homeowner, but in order for them to redeem it, though, they would have to pay what they paid at auction, though. You know what I mean? Because if they redeem it, Minnesota, we call him Minnesota, if a homeowner comes back and redeems their property, they have to pay what that investor paid for their property. You know what I mean? Now, let's think about that. What if they go and get those overages, right? Right, plus interest. But what if they go get those overages? If they only owed, what, 80? And they bid it up to 200, that's some surplus fees right there. Or does that have to wait until after the redemption period for them to get the surplus fees? I think they must have to wait, don't they? Like to get the, I feel like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because those would be overages for them. Because only the homeowner can redeem it with the interest. They have to wait to claim the overage funds. Okay, that's what I felt like too. They got to wait to get them funds. Like they can't take the funds and turn around and reclaim it. You know what I mean? So you would have to pay. So Minnesota, to answer your question, I think we all come to a consensus that in order for the homeowner to redeem it, like if you were going to go to the homeowner and be like, I'm going to buy the property, if yes, overage, quit claim and receive overage. You know what I mean? You got to pay that investor back what he paid. If you buy something at the auction and the homeowner comes and redeems it, they got to pay that investor back his $200,000, right? Plus interest. Like, so that's the only way you can redeem it. You got to pay what it was bought for. And if it was bought for 200, you got to pay that 200. You know what I mean? So you won't get that until after this. So, okay, thank you, Brian. So look at everybody. This is what I'm talking about. Our community is so good, right? So that's what I figured. Like you can't get the redemption. Because, I mean, everybody would be doing that, right? House get bid up. You turn around, go get your overages, pay. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So Minnesota, does that make sense? Shout out to everybody for jumping in on that with Minnesota. Does that make sense? For everybody who missed that question, Minnesota said that there was, you're welcome, we got you. Our community got you. An owner owed $80,000 on a property. Minnesota, you should have called that owner before it went up for auction. You should have went and left a note on their door. Them the ones you go after. And someone ultimately paid $200 at auction. So it must have been worth plenty of money for it to get bid up to $200,000. There's a 6-month redemption period. So what you, if new here, right of redemption. Right of redemption, be very careful about that. It's very big in tax lien, tax deed sales. But it's also in foreclosure sales. That means the homeowner can come back and redeem, reclaim, get the property back. However, in order for them to redeem it, they have to pay what was paid at auction for it plus interest. So in this case, that homeowner would have to pay $200,000 for what it was sold plus interest, right? And most times can't nobody do that, right? Not the foreclosure people, right? So he was asking, if I buy the house from the owner, which they don't own it no more, for $150,000, what happens to the $200,000 someone paid at auction? You know, that's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's not going to work at this point. So what I was saying, what Minnesota is going to do next time this scenario happens, is you're going to go talk to that homeowner before that house goes up for auction and get that auction stopped, and you can negotiate with that homeowner, right? So understand that. I did, but never. Oh, you did? I understand. Look, you got to go put something on the door, put a letter on the door. Y'all know me, I'm going to put a door hanger, something on that door and everything. But I get it. Some people just don't answer. You know what I mean? And they just end up losing their properties. Sucks. Right? I understand, because when you reach out to the homeowners, they don't want to sell because they think they won't foreclose and don't want to leave the house. Maybe these banks will but I mean, the banks have been working with people. The banks have been working with a lot of them, except for Mr. Cooper. Maybe everybody who got a letter dot, Mr. Cooper, because it's Mr. dot Dr. Horn. Dr. dot be with the, y'all know what I'm saying. Mr. Cooper will take your house. Mr. Cooper will take your house. D.R. Horton will sell you a bad house. Watch, they finna ban. Look, my screen about to freeze up just because I said that. Yeah, the owner who lost the property is better off trying to get the start. Yeah, that's what I would say too in that situation. Get the overages after the redemption period ends. But Avriel will tell you they make you jump through hoops to get their money back. They'll make the homeowner play hopscotch, do the amazing race to even get their overages. So, you know, it's because the home insurance rates went up or left altogether in Florida. Is it because the home insurance rates went up or left all? Because the foreclosure is so high, Brenda? Is that what you're asking me? Is that why foreclosures are high? Because the insurance rates? Now, when it comes to Florida, y'all got all kinds of stuff going on in Florida. And y'all know I love Florida, right? I want my beach house in Florida for $22.17, right? I still love Florida, but y'all have so much going on. Y'all have so much taxes, insurance, property taxes, insurance, HOA, insurance, natural disasters, all that kind of stuff. Then y'all have, you know, y'all's rules, states' rules and regulations. It's just so much. Look, but crocodiles, alligators, iguanas, y'all got everything. Everything that is able to have, y'all got it in Florida. But we love y'all in Florida. We love y'all though. But y'all's real estate, it'll come back maybe. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll come back. People always go back to Florida. You know what I mean? They go back. But I don't know. Yeah, they got some issues in Florida. Property taxes too high. HOA too high. Y'all got those condos with those assessments. Florida, y'all just fighting an uphill battle. But yeah, I heard they overbuilt in Florida. Like they got a bunch of brand new homes that are just sitting empty and builders can't sell them. It's a lot. And then I was hearing, I don't know if Nina's on here. I talk about her all the time. She came to a master class. She's down there in Florida, Orlando. Nina's in Orlando. And she's struggling with the immigration thing. They're deporting those people who got mortgages, right? So she's trying to figure out how to help the people who get deported with their mortgage companies, right? Because now these houses sitting empty because the owners got deported. You know what I mean? I feel like it's probably some words that I probably can't say on this live. And if I get shut off, y'all know why. You know why. Right? But it's so many things. I see them selling condos for $1,000, but the HOA and fees are so high they can barely. Baby, Florida, them HOA and taxes and insurance, because now the insurance carriers dropping everybody in Florida because the weather and hurricanes. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. But shout out to Florida. We love y'all down there. But y'all on the list. Orlando. I'm going to turn it back around. Florida had 276 REOs. Florida had 2,803. Florida, I think, has the most properties on the market right now. I think they over 100,000 on properties that are for sale on the market. And I feel like it's a lot of people who are trying to hurry up. I feel like it's a lot of distressed selling, right? Distressed as in, let me go and sell this before I lose it. You know what I mean? Y'all just, people, you know. Adam, I wish I could drop it. ATTOMD. Look, let me tell y'all. I know y'all like, Ashley, if you turn this camera around one more time. Look, y'all. There it is. AdamData.com. Y'all got it? I would drop it in the chat, but I'm on the phone, so I can't drop it in the chat. You know what I mean? So the latest numbers, September numbers, will be out on the 12th or 13th. I usually try to have a master class around that date. I have not set any October master classes yet. We're just working our way through the mentorship right now. The last mentorship will start October 22nd. That's the last mentorship of 2025, because that's going to push us into the holidays and my birthday. So if you've been thinking about getting in, y'all better get in. We've been role playing the last 2 weeks. We have been role playing homeowner conversations. It's been so good, hasn't it, Avriel, Ray? Kia. It's been really good. So if you're interested in it, the link is down below. Join. I think it's early bird pricing right now. So, people just come in and stay forever. And I teach you how to reach out to the homeowners so you don't have to go to the auction. How to reach out to the homeowners, how to find them, how to negotiate, how to help them, and if they want to sell, how to buy their property from them, help them sell their property. You know what I mean? So that's what I do in the mentorship. It's not a wholesaling mentorship. It ain't. That's Kia. You still role playing, Kia? It's so funny. We role played and she had a husband who was also, and it was good. It was good. And we called the bank, and so you hear how it's like to talk to the bank, because a lot of times when you talk to homeowners, you got to get on the phone with the bank, right? You got to know what to say to the bank, get the information, pay off, all that kind of stuff. So we go over all that, just so you're knowledgeable in that situation. So you guys, hold on. I'm gonna turn my screen. This is a little ratchet today. We're a little ratchet, but it's okay. Y'all like it, right? Let's do, y'all know I do daily job cuts. Shout out to them. I'm just gonna hold the camera. Baby, this is the gift. Oh. But y'all don't care. Let me clean my camera off. By any means necessary, right? This is what we're gonna do. I'm on dailyjobcuts.com. Shout out to them. They always post me on their site. We love them. So on dailyjobcuts.com, you guys, y'all feel like it's the normal screen, like I'm sharing my screen. Booyah. Daily job cuts. We see articles, 71 bankruptcies in August. Y'all, baby, bankruptcy attorneys making a killing right now. They are making a killing. Everybody filing bankruptcy. If you didn't know, bankruptcy will stop an auction. Bankruptcy will stop your auction. So a lot of people just file bankruptcy to stop the auction. You know what I mean? Home sellers are cutting prices at record rates to lure in skittish buyers. If you know what's best for you, baby, make sure you can afford a house, right? And make sure you negotiate that price so you're not upside down on Tuesday. Say it with me. Tuesday. Okay, anything else? Okay, so on dailyjobcuts.com, this side shows the layoffs, all the companies that are laying off. This side shows all the companies that are closing down, okay, or filing bankruptcy and closing down. So Wells Fargo in Portland, Oregon is laying off 50 people. Maybe every time I pull up to the bank, there is nobody in the drive-through line. Maybe everybody just doing business online. Or maybe ain't nobody got any money. I don't know. 900 workers on indefinite layoffs. That's right. And the government is shut down, isn't it? The government is shut down, right? And they said a lot of them jobs are going to be permanent layoffs. Like, usually people get furloughed through the government shutdown. A lot of these people are not coming back, but that's only a temporary move. Glock was the first thing to catch my eyes too. Fourth quarter time, which equals its go time. They let people off on not your birthday, Clark. Not your birthday. So it's a lot of people without a job because it's government shutdown. And a lot of people thinking they going back to work. And a lot of people not going to get that phone call. Sorry, Barbara. Barbara, this is Shirley. You ain't got to come back. That's okay. We'll ship you your stuff. Your login don't work. They just going to log in and the password don't work anymore. That's what it is. Starbucks laying off 900 jobs and will close 1% of the U.S. Look at that. Brown University, Capital One. Y'all better be trying to come up with your little side hustle or something or figure it out. You better invest in some real estate, some rental properties or something. I don't know what to tell y'all to do. Get your life together. That's all I can say. Let's go to Warren Tracker. Y'all know I like this site too. Move Amazon shipping. Warren Tracker shows the companies that are laying off. Can y'all see the screen? No money. Yeah, AI, baby. AI taking everybody's job. If you work in customer service, if your job does not require a degree or any kind of specialized, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people who like electricians, plumbers. Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, y'all know who I'm talking about. Customer service, that kind of stuff. Customer service, baby, you can forget that. Warehouse jobs, you can forget, hang that up. Y'all better be trying to get a skill. because they coming for those jobs quickly. Quickly. How is people supposed to make a living if there's no jobs? The side hustle can't afford. You right, Joel. Joel, you right. I don't know. Maybe they're going to go to universal. What is it? Universal income? What was it called, y'all? Universal income? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Universal based income. Anywhere they give everybody a stipend. But baby, you don't want that either. You don't want, hold on, let me turn the screen around because I feel like y'all can hear me better when I get to talking to you and you can see my face. You don't want universal based income. I mean, it'll help people who just ain't trying to work. You know what I mean? But you don't, never mind. Let me say this. Personally, Ashley, your auction mama, you don't ever want to be completely dependent on the government. You don't ever want to be completely dependent on anybody. What's that saying? Baby, if y'all from old school, you know what I'm about to say. Because when you give people, what is it? Y'all know when I get to quoting stuff, I be wrong. But you're going to get the quote when I say it. If you give people enough power to feed you, they can also what? Starve you, right? So if you're making you're dependent on the government to pay all your bills, give you some money every month to live. You know what I mean? And then it's like, how you gonna get ahead on that either, right? They can control you. You know what I mean? Like if they giving you what, $1,200 a month, $2,200 a month. I mean, how much they gonna give people? Like, cause you still gotta pay your rent. I guess they're gonna give you a stipend, and then you gotta live somewhere that you can afford to live. You know, Kia, that's the other comment I would say. But y'all know what I'm talking about. When you let somebody feed you, they can also starve you, right? Y'all know that's the other quote. You know, I got a couple good quotes in my back pocket. So that's just, you're right. That's locking you in a certain economic bracket. So that means the rich gonna get richer and the poor gonna get poorer, right? You know what I mean? And I get some people, maybe they just can't do better, right? When you think about like elderly people and stuff like that, like what choice do they have, right? But when you think about, I'm talking about able-bodied people. Y'all don't depend on the government to feed you. You know what I mean? Don't depend on nobody to feed you. Is all I got to say. You know what I mean? Because as quickly as they can feed you, they can starve you. Like these jobs are doing. They're going to call you. They just put in a little meeting on your calendar with HR. You just better pack it up. When you see that meeting pop up on your schedule, on your calendar, just go and bring your boxes. Get your boxes. Clean your office out. Get your little plants. Get your little rug that you got in your cubicle. And take all your decorations down out your cubicle and go to the house. Because you know what it is. They not calling a meeting to tell you that you did good. Right? I mean, they might tell you did good and still let you go. One girl on TikTok said she had just got a $10,000 raise the month before, and then they laid her off. That's not funny. Like, I'm not laughing at, again, that's that nervous laugh on a roller coaster of how jobs can just do you dirty. You know what I mean? Just do you dirty. One lady was saying that she had just moved across the country, right, for a job. Packed up, moved all her stuff across the country, and they laid her off. Like, jobs don't care. What Michael Jackson say? All I gotta say is that they don't really care about us. Y'all know I love Michael Jackson. That's the reason I never was little, no job. You can't get no tuition, no, because I don't get. Y'all know I haven't worked at a job, and thank you, God, you know, a long time, right? Y'all know that my first job was, I started working at 16. I worked at Target. And baby, they had me working I wasn't getting off till 11 o'clock. I feel like that's illegal. My first job with Target, not getting off till 11 o'clock. But I was waking up in the middle of the night dreaming that I was still scanning stuff. That's how hard I was. Y'all, that's so funny. Because when I think about that, it's the truth. I remember waking up because I was working like every night till 11 o'clock. I think it was the holidays. I'm 16, right? 16. Y'all, I woke up in the middle of the night, sleep. I don't half sleep, half awake. I picked up my pillow and act like I was scanning my pillow. And I looked over at my alarm clock. And like the alarm clock looked like it was the total, right? And I'm like, it's 4:37, ma'am. And I remember, and I was like, ma'am, just give me a few minutes. I just got to go to sleep for a few minutes. Can y'all imagine Me at 16 scared. I'm like, ma'am, just give me a few minutes. I got to go back to sleep. Scared of my pillow. And that was 16. That was 16. And I probably at that moment I said, you know what? This ain't going to be for me. How is everyone pivoting into AI? Maybe, you know, me and AI have business plans. She helps. She absolutely helps for sure. Y'all, Gabby has a French test on Monday. I put Gabby's study guide for her French test in ChatGPT, and I said, give me some practice. Make some practice, matching, fill in the blank, based off of her study guide. And you know, ChatGPT printed out a good worksheet. I said, make it PDF so I can print it out. And baby, Gabby gonna pass this French test on Monday. Thank you, ChatGPT. I was telling my real estate folks, get you a few assets outside. You gotta you know, use, like, I'm not crazy, everybody else using it too, you know what I mean? You gotta get your, I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to use it, I don't want to bring that, I'm not. You're gonna get left behind. You're gonna get left behind, right? These people working customer service, warehouse jobs. Y'all know I live in Memphis. We are a warehouse city. FedEx is here. We got FedEx's hub here. Who else here? We got UPS, Amazon. Everybody is here. Huge warehouse. They better go back to school and get a GED, or they better do something. They better do something. Better start TikTok. Better do some TikTok dances, or you're going to be left behind. Just because you don't understand don't mean that it's not happening, right? Just because I don't understand how that works, that's not what that don't mean it's not here, you know. AI, you will be left behind. I don't know how it works. I don't want to do it. You better figure it out. We don't know how electricity works. Half of us have no idea how electricity works, but we walk in that room and hit the light switch and use it. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Multiple streams of income if possible is really important. It absolutely is important. So use it how you can. If you're in social media, you know, use it to come up with captions and posts. And I think it's just a time for everybody to get out of their comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. We talked about that in the mentorship. Sometimes you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable, right? Or you're going to be comfortably taking that universal base income. Okay, so back to this, and then I'm going to let y'all go to bed. And don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow. Like Sunday, I'll be back tomorrow. So here is Warren Tracker. Everybody see this? WarrenTracker.com. And it shows how many people got laid off. Y'all, look at that. This is 2025. Look how many people got laid off in California. Do y'all see that number? If y'all can see that number, somebody type it in the chat. Look at that number. How many people got laid off in California? And I bet you half of them got mortgages. You know, Silicon Valley, those tech jobs laying off. There's Texas. Texas had 14,000 people laid off. Here's Florida. 12,000 people laid off in Florida. Georgia, 10,000. Illinois, y'all, that's crazy. New York, 11,571 employees laid off. This is Warren Tracker. If y'all want to go look for yourselves, Warren Tracker. These are the people they have to post when jobs are going to lay off. You know what I mean? The Warren notices. And I just filtered it by 2025 so y'all can see. Silicon Valley. I had a guy, one of my clients, he's big tech in San Francisco, and he said his company was laying off, and all them people, he said, had like PhDs in like tech, like AI tech, like PhDs, making like $500K a year, laying off them people. I was like, ooh, I hope they saved. When you're making that kind of money, I hope you just smart enough to save some money, right? You got some investment properties. You just have not been out buying Lambos and Ferraris, and you know what I mean? Because maybe, That's that lifestyle creep. When you start making more money, you start buying more things, and then you lose your job, and there go your whole life. Your whole life is like wiped out, you know? Right. People got bills and kids. Right. This is my favorite one. You wouldn't even laid off. Enjoy the way these people keep buying overpriced real estate. Now, even though I'm a realtor here, I still feel like it's overvalued. You know, Clark, you just stay on the battlefield for the Lord. You know what I mean? And try to tell people, because that's going to be the problem. People are going to be upside down when these prices start coming down. Let's look at, Minnesota. Look, where is Minnesota? You know, you the only one who lived there. Where Minnesota at on the map? Look at me. Minnesota. What's the initial for Minnesota? And an MN? Do they not even have your initials on the state? Maybe nobody getting laid off. I don't see no war notices. That's Wyoming. There's Minnesota. Everybody got a job. What y'all do in Minnesota? Farm? I'm just kidding. So I guess y'all got jobs, Minnesota. It's blank for Minnesota. Iowa got jobs. South Dakota. Y'all, California, 60,000 people. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. When it get real crazy, I start whispering, obviously. Here's my state, Tennessee. 5,476. Y'all go check out warrentracker.com. Let's look at some auctions. Y'all know this is my site. Check it out. Boom, boom. Let's see what's going up for auction this week. I'm telling you, you better buy you some properties or buy you some land. Do something, because people going to need to rent, right? So here's auction week next week, the first Tuesday of the month. These are the addresses, property addresses, the counties, state, what time the auction is, and if we got an opening bid or if it's being postponed. Y'all with me? So I'm going to just slide through, but we'll look at some of these properties. It's a big auction week. This is Georgia. Look at that. This is Georgia. Chatham, Chattanooga, Clayton, Cobb, Columbia, DeKalb, Fulton. Look at all these. This is what's going up for auction next week. Can y'all see this? Oh, no. My dog Rex. 30,000 employees out. Ooh, wee. Who is this company? Some company wasn't just laid off 11,000 people last week. Y'all, we still can't forget about the people involved in the government shutdown. What is this in Harris County? What's Harris County? Is that Dallas? What's Harris County? Y'all know I'm trying to do this and not record and hold the phone. Let's see what this property is. Let's look at it real quick. It's Houston. That's Harris County. It's Houston. I'll get it one day. Don't worry, you guys. Houston. Opening bid is $1 million. I don't know. Houston. Thank you, everybody. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Y'all be so good to me. 6378 Satsuma. Opening bid is 1.9. It must be a bundle of properties. Because that was saying it's worth 500 unless they overpaid for it. I'm trying to see if we can see. I'm sorry I can't drop it in the chat for y'all, you guys. But I showed you what the site is, so y'all can go look. I don't see any history on it. Let's see if we got any good ones going. Y'all know I like to look at the good ones. I did. I found some. Hold on. I saved them on here for y'all. Here's one up for auction next week. Look at that one. It's pending. That means they're trying to sell it. I hope they call the lender and let them know they're trying to sell it or they got a contract on it. But it's going up for auction next week in Noonan, Georgia. She's nice. Look like they just bought it. Don't it? Y'all see how many houses going up for auction? Look at this. Look at this. Look at me. Look at this. Y'all like, Ashley, I am looking. Look at this. I'm still scrolling. This is next week auctions. I'm still scrolling. And this is not all of them. Y'all, this is not all the auctions. I'm still scrolling. These are auctions for next week. If y'all in Georgia, go to the courthouse. If you in Texas, go to the courthouse. If you in Georgia, go to your county courthouse. LA. San Bernardino. San Diego, Orange County, Riverside. I'm working next week too. Your auction mama's working next week. What is this for 600,000 in Oregon? Y'all know I'm trying to do all this with one hand. Hold on. I can't do it, y'all. Hold on. Look, y'all just put it in your own screen. You can Google 4510 Southeast 128th Street. Hold on, I got some more. Hold on. Opening bid. Here's some. I Googled some earlier because I posted them on Instagram. That one looked brand new. Look at that, you guys. That looked like a brand new built house, doesn't it? 7,300 square feet. Atlanta, Georgia. That looked brand new, though. Where are the details on it? 1637 Ezra Church Drive. The estimated rent is $4,000. Golly. It looks new, though, doesn't it? Does it look? Has 4 bedrooms. The house is located. Show more. When did they buy it? I bet they just bought that. Boom, 2020. They just bought it in 20. Oh, but they bought it for 25. They must have just built it. Maybe it's a builder. Y'all look at that one. Opening bid is... I know y'all like actually gonna give me a headache on this doggone live today as much as she's scrolling. What'd I say? It was Ezra. What's Fulton County? Is that Atlanta? Is Fulton Atlanta? Y'all know I don't know. Ezra. That's a name out the Bible, isn't it? Poor Ezra out the Bible. Let's see, you guys. Yep. Okay, so y'all said Fulton is Atlanta. So we should, there it is. 1637 Ezra Church. Y'all, the opening bid, $599. Why is the opening bid $599? They say it's only worth $488, but the opening bid is $599. Oh, well, that don't mean it probably is only worth $488, depending on the houses around it. Maybe their loan is for $599. Maybe they refinanced it and then couldn't pay their refinance because it looked new compared to boom. Look at the neck. Look to the left and look to the right. That's new. Which one of these does not belong? Which one of these is not like the others? I know y'all be like, Ashley thinks she is hilarious. So it's brand new. So maybe they did. You're right. Over leveraged it. You're right, Jermon. So that's one going up on Tuesday. Going up on a Tuesday. They trying to sell it for $415. Here's another one going up on a Tuesday. They're doing what's best. Y'all better call them and try to offer them an offer. That one need a little bit of repairs. I'm trying to see what they got going on. It's up for auction. Really, real estate agent, this is the best picture we could have got. What is this? A table with the ice makers from the refrigerator in it? Them the ice makers, isn't it? Them the ice makers out the freezer. Do better. Do better. When it comes to taking pictures. They just said, we're just going to open up the window. We're going to open up the curtains. Let a little light in. Never mind the blinds. It's an investor special. That's what this one will say. Investor special. Come make it your own. You know how y'all do. I'm just kidding. I'm one of y'all too. Make it your own. Investor special. Y'all better sell it because it's going up for auction on Tuesday. Better lower the price and sell it. Let's see what else we got. Shepherd's Path. 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, Decatur, Georgia. Up for auction on Tuesday. Opening bid, I think it's $44,000. This one's $44,000 opening bid. $44,000, 2 bed, 2 bath, 1,064 square feet. Condo built in 92. Opening bid is $44,000. Form so y'all can see. Yeah, I'm doing too much on this live. I got the phone in one hand. I'm trying to get to Zillow, try to show y'all what. Y'all don't appreciate the goodness that I do for y'all, but that's okay. I love y'all anyway. Okay, guys, can y'all see where we are? So right here, if you've never been on the site, this is the opening bid. A lot of times they'll have the opening bid. CXL means canceled, right? They got some opening bids. It look like a bunch of them going. We got some CXL, some canceled. PP means whatever this is in San Diego. I wonder if that's like a little duplex because it's two. That looks like those are some properties too in San Diego. PP means postponed. So that's been postponed to October 15th. That's been postponed to December 9th. But if it's got a bid, that's the opening bid, okay? So you got to have your certified funds in full. In full. What's going for 840? Oh, that was Ezra Church. Any questions about the auction, guys? We about to go to sleep here shortly. I know y'all can stay up all night. I can't. Let's see what this one is. I'm trying to hold the phone in one hand. Put the addresses in Zillow on the other hand. She look kind of new too. Don't what y'all think? She look kind of new. Well, they painted her and put a red door on her and put some awnings on her. Gave us some lashes. They put some lashes on the houses. You know what I mean? Let's see. She up for auction. Y'all better call these people. It might be kind of hard to stop an auction on Tuesday, though. Four-sided brick. Oh, so that means all four sides are brick. Not a four-sided brick. And they put that in bold. They yelled that at you. Four-sided brick. Don't get it twisted. It's not two or three-sided. It's four-sided. All four sides got bricks on them. Not sticks and stones. This ain't no D.R. Horton house over here. Single family home with 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Has 2 parking pads. House has been completely rehabbed. All new plumbing, electrical, roof. And sound like an investor couldn't get up off of it. I guess somebody didn't want all 4 sides bricked. I tell you. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, they've been trying to sell it for a long time, haven't they, y'all? They tried to rent it. There it is. So it looks like, let's follow along, class. Let's follow along here. They bought it in 2021 for $205,000 in August. Is that August? Yeah, August is 8. Then they bought it, I guess rehabbed it and made all 4 sides brick. Come on with your brick self, your brick house. And then in April, after they rehabbed it, they put it for rent. They listed it for rent for $2,500. I guess they couldn't find anybody to rent it for $2,500. Then that was April. Then May, they lowered it to $2,400. Then May, they lowered it to $2,300. Nobody wanted to rent it, so they took it off the market. Then they put it for sale because they said, don't y'all want to rent my 4-sided brick house? Don't even worry about it. I'm going to sell it. So then they put it on the market in July for $339,000. They paid what? They paid $205,000. Now they put it on the market for $339,000 in July. Then they took it off the market July 22nd. Then they put it back on the market July 31st. Then they lowered the price by $10,000 in August. Then they lowered the price by what? $5,000. Now we're at $314 in September. Now we're at $309 in October. Now we had $299 in October. Now we had $294 in December of last year. Now we lowered it to $289. Then we lowered it to $289. Well, then we took it off the market January 1st, right? Are we all following how this is going? And now we are in foreclosure and up for auction on Tuesday. There are a lot of investors on the foreclosure list, and this is what I've been seeing. They just tried to buy, rehab, and cannot get off these properties, and now they in foreclosure. It's a lot of investors on the foreclosure list, especially in Georgia. They tried to sell it this year for $115,000, but expired. Oh, Shepherd's Way. That's that other one. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Minnesota got another question, y'all. Family band together for Minnesota. Hold on. Let me turn the screen around because you know we take care of you in Minnesota because everybody got a job in Minnesota. Ain't nobody losing a job. So let's make sure. In my neighborhood, there is a house that is going to auction in 4 weeks, and a neighbor told me that the owner is in a nursing home near the house. It breaks my heart to know that, and I don't have the courage to go see him or something material. Some advice, please. Ooh, so who taking care of the house? Like, you know who taking care of the house in Minnesota? How would y'all approach? Is there a family member over his care? Children just go to the nursing home. Look at Zareen. Zareen, like, go to the nursing home and take an apple pie. Is there a family member? Maybe you can leave something on the door, and maybe some of the people have somebody's probably going to the house. Is the grass overgrown? Like somebody got to be cutting the grass, or somebody, you know, is their mail is vacant? So are they getting, like, if they send mail, where's the mail going? To the nursing home? Ooh, that's a tough one. Look at Zareen. Zareen, like, gone in the nursing home, Minnesota. I don't know about going to the nursing home. You know what I mean? But you also don't want him to lose his house. Trying to find a family member. You're right. You can skip trace, like white pages. White pages will pull like siblings, cousins, known relatives. Maybe try to find a relative and try to reach out to them. Maybe if you send mail, I wonder if the mail is like forwarded to the nursing home. You know what I mean? Is the mailbox running over or something? I'm sure they got a forwarding address if they put them in a nursing home. Yeah, True People Search. I know both white pages will too tell you relatives, and try to reach out to one of them, but lead with love. Lead with love. You know what I mean? Be very sensitive to that situation. But it is going up for auction, so maybe you can let them know it's going up for auction. You'd love to help. You live in the neighborhood. You see the house. You love the house. How can you help? You know what I mean? Like, offer your services to help. Come on in here, Pirate Justin. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll be back tomorrow for sure at 7 o'clock. We'll be back tomorrow. But try that route. Offer your services, offer assistance. If the mailbox is not running over with mail, they probably have it forwarded or it's going somewhere. I would also do, like we said, look on white pages and try to reach out to a family member. The family might not know what's in foreclosure. You know what I mean? Minnesota, you just gonna have to get with. Now, I know the other investors are like, go to the nursing home. But, you know, you just got to be sensitive in that situation. But you don't want it to go to auction and somebody bid on it, right, when you could have helped him save it. You know what I mean? Just do what you feel like is best in the situation, honestly. But reach out and try to find some family members. Try to leave a note on the door. Try to do something to help. You know what I mean? Because they might not even know it's in foreclosure, right? So, we'll look at a couple more of these, and then we're gonna all go to bed. Okay? Then we're all gonna go to bed. But it looks like Atlanta got a bunch of. Let's try to look at one more. Let's see if I pulled any other good ones. Did we already look at this one? Oh, look at that one, you guys. She's pretty. It says closed, so that means they just bought it, doesn't it? They just bought it. Built in 1999. Let's see what's going on. It's up for auction on Tuesday. It's going up on a Tuesday. This stunning waterfront. I bet it's got brick on all four sides too. I bet it's a four-sided brick. This stunning waterfront beauty is sought after. Castlebrook will complete your dream home wish list. I guess they, let's see when they bought it. Listed for sale. Sold. Boom. Look at there. Look at there, everybody. Bought June 2023 for $725. They put it on the market a year later. Probably said, I can't afford this. Hell no. Put it on the market for $765 in August. Lowered it to $749. Lowered it to $739. pulled it off in September and probably been struggling ever since. And now it is up for auction on Tuesday. Just bought it. Get behind on a $725,000 house if you want to. She pretty too. She's pretty. She's a pretty girl. So, and if they bought in 23, they was probably paying the strength and the interest rate. It might be these adjustable rates adjusting, doing what they do. You know, a lot of these adjustable rates are at their full blown. If you had a 2-1 buy down or something like that, they've adjusted to the full blown price, and your mortgage payment is high right now if your adjustable rate adjusted. But she's cute. They just bought her. You hate to see that. You hate to see that. She cute though. Cummings, Georgia, up for auction on Tuesday. 20 plus paper, clean it down to 13. However, I need to call them and see how I can help them. Come on, Clark. Go do what you're supposed to do. If someone has executive may need to move message for a visitor list person that's on the nursing home. Come on, Teresa. Look at everybody. Minnesota, we got you. In Minnesota, you the only state that don't have any layoffs. We got to take care of you to make sure you keep a job. So yeah, there's one, you guys. Okay, you guys. Have I not talked? We got 4 minutes and I've been on here an hour. Okay, I have been on here an hour and 4 minutes and we made it. I guess we just have to go back old school on the phone. You know what I mean? Because the Wi-Fi be acting crazy. Crazy. So next week, big auction week. 700K in Georgia. Yeah, Tiffany. Opening bid on that one is... Let's see if I can find the opening bid on that one. That was 436 Westlake opening. It's probably 700 and something thousand because they just bought it 2 years ago, so they owe that whole loan. You know they do. Y'all, there's so many in Georgia. Clark, why hadn't you called these people? Everybody in Georgia, come to the front of the classroom. I know y'all see this long list of people in Georgia who could have used your services. And they're, oh, that's Texas. Texas. But Georgia, everybody in Georgia, come on up here. Gwinnett, Fulton. It's me holding it crooked. Your eyesight isn't bad. It's me holding it crooked. Fulton, Effingham, Evans, Dougherty. I'm so country. DeKalb, Cobb, Clayton. Y'all should call these people and save them from auction. Look at these people who all need saving. Tiffany, you know in Massachusetts, y'all paying y'all's bills. You know what y'all do in Massachusetts. I don't even think y'all... Did y'all have anybody losing jobs up there in Boston? Y'all auctioning the front yard in Boston. Everybody must have money up there in Massachusetts. I don't know, Tiffany. Are you seeing a decent amount of bidders in Memphis area courthouse? Here we have the same guys. It's about 4 or 5 guys at the auction every week, and they've been there for years. It's the same guys every week. Same guys, about 4 or 5 people. Now, I think when auction.com is at the Comfort Inn across the street, they get more bidders because more people are familiar with auction.com. But a lot of people don't know about the auctions at the courthouse, like the trustee sales. So, same guys since I've been working there. Y'all too rich, Tiffany. Spread the love around everywhere else. California's going to be looking like this. Y'all, I read the numbers. Y'all saw who on the top of the new foreclosure starts. Remember? What did I just say that? Hold on. We'll see. So here's Adam. When you get on the site, you click on recent articles. And I just go over here to foreclosures. And then it tells you. Foreclosure starts. Right? So we should start seeing New York City, Houston, Texas. Now, it depends on if you live in a judicial or a non-judicial state, right? Judicial states take longer for that foreclosure process. You got to go to court, all that kind of stuff. Houston, Texas, we already know. We saw Texas. Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, and Miami, Florida. Maybe I can go pick up a beach house in Miami, Florida. So, there we go. Okay, you guys, officially, Barbara the Shirley. You're right. I can tell you listening to the replay. Welcome everybody. If this is the replay, we had another one. This is part 2, but this is the better one. It lasted. So you guys, I'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, we'll be here. We'll talk a little bit more about foreclosures, the distressed real estate market. If you wanted the mentorship, the link is in the description below. You can start on Wednesday with us if you want to, and then just start October 22nd. A lot of people, once they sign up, you can start coming to the meetings now. And then when the new one starts, you just start new again. You don't have to pay anything. So if you're interested in the mentorship, we'd love to have you. The link is down below. We meet every Wednesday at 7:30. And so then you can reach out to these people. Then I can teach you how to reach out to these people, okay? So their house doesn't go up for auction, okay? So check that out. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right here. I might be on the phone again. I feel like this is the strongest, right? So I hope y'all have a good night. I hope y'all learned something. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all gonna come see me tomorrow. Don't forget I'm on Instagram. Your Agent Ashley on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Subscribe. I want the plaque. I want the subscriber plaque on YouTube. So go subscribe to the channel, okay? I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. But I don't be TikToking like that. I don't really TikTok. You know what I mean? So, okay, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow night. I hope you have a good night. Sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.